Hello, my name is Ryan Colin, and I'm going to be exploring an MBSR, which is a mindfulness based stress reduction exercise with us all. There was a study published in the National Library of Medicine that tested MBSRs on anxiety and stress, and the study found that using a mindfulness based stress reduction technique can drastically reduce stress and anxiety for those participants, and that study is linked down below this video. Hopefully, if it's for my class or if it's on YouTube, I'll link it there too. So, this particular intervention can be used on anyone who's experiencing increased anxiety, or increased stress. The exercise is going to consist of a few steps. One is going to be observing our surrounding and in our present moment. Next is going to be a auditory exploration, and then a stress relieving, anxiety relieving technique will be employed. And then after that intervention, we'll come back and ground ourselves back to orientate ourselves back to the room and our surroundings. So to get started with this intervention, I'm going to ask everyone to be seated and in a comfortable position with their legs parallel to their shoulders, or as close to that as possible. And the first thing I'm going to ask that you do is observe your surroundings. So if you're sitting in a chair, what kind of chair is it? What is it made out of? How high is it? How tall are you off the ground? If you move around, what does it sound like? Does the chair smell at all? Use your senses. Just try to be mindful of not just your chair, but also your environment. What's around you? Maybe take a quick look. See everything that's around you. Observe what you can hear, what you can smell, what you can taste, what you can feel. And then after doing that for just a moment while I'm talking, I want you to focus in on my voice and close your eyes if you can. If you want to leave them open, you can. For the purpose of this video, I'll leave mine open, but I'd encourage you to close your eyes if you can and really focus in on not your surroundings anymore, just my voice. So if you can just focus on my voice right now and try to just tune everything out, the sounds that are near, whatever you're feeling, just listen to my voice. Any external sounds, any external noises that you might be hearing, I want you to try to push those out as much as you can and just focus on only my voice. The only thing that I want you to be focusing on right now is the sound of my voice. And as you're listening to my voice, I want you to imagine that you're not sitting in your chair anymore. As a matter of fact, you're not even sitting, you're lying down. But you're not just lying down, you're lying in water. So half of your body is submerged. You can feel the water. Just imagine the water touching your body and what that would feel like, being in a large body of water, just floating around in the water all by yourself. And while you're in the water, you start to submerge, and it's maybe a anxiety elevating experience for you. But as you submerge under the water, you take a deep breath in and out, and when you do that, you realize that you can breathe under this water. So now you are submerged and you're floating down and you're breathing under the water. You're just taking big deep breaths. Each breath you're taking, it's kind of amazing that you can breathe this water and you're floating. It almost feels like what it might feel you'd imagine in space. You have just a weightlessness in your body, and while you're floating, drifting away in the water, you can just feel yourself at peace. I want you to feel a sense of peace, almost as if two giant hands are just wrapped around your entire body and just protecting you from the world. You're just cocooned in these giant hands. The hands, they don't have to be there, they can be there. You're still floating in the water. You feel the water, the weightlessness, and you just feel completely safe and completely protected. And as you're feeling this, I want you to think about anything that's been stressful or tension in your body, in your head, in your mind. And I just want you to try to let those go and let them float into the water. Maybe you're stressed about something that happened today, or you're worrying about something and having anxiety about it. And I just want you to feel your neck and your shoulder just letting it go. Just everything from your head to your chin to your neck and everything in your back, and just let all of that anxiety and the stress float right into the water. It can't affect you anymore. It's out there in the water. And then I want you to feel that all throughout your body, your back, your legs, your feet, all of it. Just completely let the energy of any anxiety and stress just release in your body. Take a nice, huge, deep breath in. And feel that sense of relief as you're floating. You can feel yourself float back up and up and up into the surface of the water where you're no longer submerged. And you take a big breath of air, and you can feel the sun just beaming on your face as you're floating in the water. You take another deep breath. And you can just feel an utter sense of relaxation. All that tenseness, all the anxiety, all of the stress, it's down in the sea, floating away. It's no longer in you. And I want you to imagine that you're floating back to your chair where you're sitting right now. And you can kind of come back to yourself a little bit. Allow yourself to feel maybe your toes wiggling around. And you can move your toes around and feel the floor under the feet. And just feel how differently and how amazing the floor feels right now. Maybe roll your shoulders and then feel your back hitting the chair, making the contact with your body. And then I want you to really come back to yourself and be present. If you were closing your eyes, you can open your eyes now. And then instead of listening to my voice, I want you to be observant to your surroundings now. And just see if you notice any differences or anything that you can pinpoint that might have stood out before that might be different now, and reorientate yourself to the room that you're in, or the space that you're in, or wherever you are. Just look around and then take note of how you're feeling. If you're feeling different, if you're feeling like you have less of that tension in your body, or if you're able to let that go. That's kind of the goal of these exercises. So that was a little body exploration, mindfulness practice using a mindfulness-based stress reduction technique. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you.